Ten Cooking Show!
Teacher Edition.
So today we are doing Pretend Cooking Show Teacher Edition, inspired by the wonderful and lovely Jennifer Gardner. If you have not seen Jennifer Gardner's Pretend Cooking Show, you should definitely go watch it because we have tons of time now. So today we're gonna make a shortbread cookie. Technically, shortbread actually originated in Scotland, not the United States. However, it does come over to the United States in the 1800s when cookies as a sale become more popular. So people are going to start switching over from making treats and goods in their homes to actually having treats manufactured. Now we are doing half of this recipe because we only had one stick of butter and there is no butter in stores, #quarantine life. Okay, so we're starting off, we are going to put in our flour, our sugar, and then our butter. Your butter needs to be slightly softened. Okay, now you could do this with a mixer, but we are, doing that 1800s life, so we are going to do it by hand. So here we go. This is going to be a while. Okay, so now we've finally finished mixing our shortbread by hand. It should make a dough-like texture, so it's pulling away from the bowl. It's not sticking to the sides. It's kind of a little bit crumbly. You don't want to overmix it. That's the thing about using an actual mixer as well, is that if you use the mixer, it might get overmixed and then your shortbread is going to be dry and hard and not very good tasting. When you see shortbreads being sold as an actual product, they usually have some cute little design on the top. That's made with a actual shortbread pan. I don't have a shortbread pan. I'm sure that y'all also don't have a shortbread pan in your kitchen. So I'm just going to use a pie pan, okay? So you will end up pressing your dough into your pie pan. I'm going to go safety first because quarantine life. So I'm going to start scooping this into my pan. It should come out really easily if it is stirred correctly to the right consistency. Now, you have to be willing to get your hands a little bit messy. Okay, we're going to go ahead and just press this down into the bottom of the pan. You do not need to grease the pan. Okay, so now we have our shortbread pressed into our pan. We are going to stick this into the oven for 25 minutes. We've already preheated our oven to 325, so it should be good to go. All right, so I went ahead and took them out of the oven because you can see around the edges that they're starting to brown. And as you let it sit here and cool, the heat from the pan will continue to cook the center. So it should, by the time it's completely cooled off and ready to eat, it should be good to go in the center. I'm gonna go ahead and set my cat timer for 7 minutes. Let's give ourselves some generous time. Let's hope that we get to eat in 7 minutes, because I'm hungry. All right, so turns out the 7 minutes was being super optimistic. My hunger was overriding my brain. So this cooled for a whole lot longer than 7 minutes. I also cooked it for a lot longer than the 25 minutes. You just gotta kind of have to keep checking. Hopefully this isn't underdone. It's a little bit blonde, so I'm not sure what we're gonna get. My first cooking video might be my first cooking fail as well. So I'm gonna cut this like a pie. Sounds pretty good. Let's see. All right, I'm gonna re-sanitize. Safety first. Let's see. All right, it's not too shabby. Let's see how it actually tastes though. Cheers. I mean, it's not the best cookie I've ever tasted. But I mean, you gotta think 1800s recipe. They're working with kind of a minimal amount of ingredients. Also, you know, you're mixing things by hand versus using a mixer like what we have. So things might not be as fluffy. Also, this is my very first time ever making a shortbread, so that probably didn't help. But it's not that bad. Fun fact for y'all, last fun history fact for you. The reason why we call cookies in America instead of biscuits is actually comes from our British roots, because as we talked about at the beginning of the year, I mean, we were settled by Great Britain for the most part, so you would think that we would call it the same thing as the British. However, after the revolution, we were kind of very anti-Britain. So along with dumping all of the tea in the harbor and being like, we're drinking coffee from now on, we also stopped using the word biscuit, and we started using the Dutch word, which sounds very, very similar to cookie. So that is why we call them cookies in America instead of biscuits. So if you make it with your family, I mean, it's super easy. Most of us have butter, flour, sugar at our house. Make sure you're using unsalted butter though, because salted butter in baking doesn't usually turn out right. But most of that stuff we have in our house already. Post it, share it with us. I don't know. And let us see how yours turns out. Maybe yours will turn out better than mine. See ya. Happy eating.